Came all the way from the wing and scooped that ball up. Just out-hustled Charles Oakley for the ball. But right here, he's driving to the basket. Three guys are standing there. Tyrone Hill gets his hand on it, and Theo Ratliff. And again, they're off in transition. Great finish by Tyrone Hill. They're just out-hustling the Toronto Raptors right now.
No, and that's one of the defensive characteristics of the 76ers. They put so much pressure on the basketball. If the guy's careless with it or throws a lackadaisical pass, they'll have it and they're off to the races.
Philadelphia's road record is 20-4. That's better than a lot of teams' home record. You know, so much has been made of Philadelphia's offense, and justifiably so, but there are just as many great stories on the defensive end. The Sixers' Aaron McKie has accepted the role of point guard in the absence of Eric Snow. His ability to run the offense has never been needed more. Making plays is his strong suit. Now involving the whole team in his leadership paying dividends as the Sixers have climbed to the top of the Eastern Conference and John 16-4 with him as the starter and without Eric Snow.
Well, and I think that's indicative of guys stepping up. I mean, we talked at the top of the show, you know, about two guys who we thought were good. This is a guy who also I think has been a major contributor, and it's just indicative also of what Larry Brown has done to get these guys to have confidence in themselves.
Philadelphia enjoying their biggest lead of 11.
Well, Aaron McKie also provides so much offense, so much more offense. Opponents respect his offense.
Alvin Williams has had Philadelphia's number this year, and talking to Larry Brown, he almost feared this kid more than any other Raptor.
Well, I was going to say, Danny hit it right on the head. Speaking of offense, I mean, here's a guy who stepped up and shown a lot of confidence, and particularly Alvin Williams has done some things in some big moments of the game.
Right, and he loves playing against Philadelphia after playing for Villanova in college. He's from Philadelphia, so he loves going against his hometown team.
Great pass by McKie inside to Allen Iverson. 12 from Iverson, and McKie with another assist.
So far, we've seen McKie get a block shot or strip a ball, steal a ball, make an assist, make a pass in the break. He's done just about everything.
He's got 6 assists already tonight. Davis clutching onto the ball, losing it inside. Ratliff comes up with it. And here comes the slashing Allen Iverson, bumping into Oakley, but he carried the ball and turns it over for Philadelphia.
You know, Larry Brown's offense, they practice all these back doors all the time, but what a great pass right there. Left-hand, backhand pass on a dime. Unbelievable play.
That shot wasn't too bad either, was it?
I'm used to seeing those by Iverson.
He was the NBA Player of the Week around the holidays after a triple-double as Williams finds Oakley, who was open because of the Davis screen. The two-pointer won't count. Here comes Iverson again, streaking the other way. And in a pool of Raptor double teams, lost the ball and out of bounds off Williams. And so Philadelphia controls with just under 2 to play in the first.
Well, you can see the quickness and the youth and the athleticism of Williams. He just provides so much energy the second he comes into the game.
Let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, very frustrated Vince Carter remains on the trainer's table right now where his left knee is being massaged. It is not just the pain from the tendonitis. He says he cannot lift and he can't jump. And if you can't lift and jump and you're Vince Carter, obviously that curtails your game. But he wants to go back in, but I don't think they're going to let him right now. But that's not my decision, obviously. So we'll try to have an update a little bit later for you.
Hey, Sager, is the agent giving him the massage on the knee? What's the agent doing in the training room, Sager?
He's there because obviously he's the star player in this whole attraction, and people want to know if he's going to come back, if he's seriously hurt, or if it's just a tendonitis in the knee. He officially pulled out of the slam dunk contest today with a medical injury. He was talking about going ahead and trying, but now he did pull out. Remember, he played over 50 minutes in back-to-back games last week. The overtime against Philadelphia, then 2 days later in Orlando in a double overtime. He played again the next day against Miami, so he had to sit out Saturday against Chicago, and his knee is really bothering him.
Hill puts it in, but Danny is more concerned about the agent being in there during a game.
Get him out of the locker room. Come on.
That's terrible.
We see Keon Clark make an effect right there. The shot went in, but he got a piece of that ball and blocked it.
Morris Peterson has one rejected, but they'll count it for 2 as Ratliff skied and swats it away.
Well, Antonio Davis are not double teaming, and they're leaving him on an island, and Theo Ratliff has all sorts of time and energy to do that right there. Gets him in the air, but here comes Clark over there to block the shot, but because he blocked the shot, nobody had his man on the boards, and there is Tyrone Hill with another offensive rebound.
So, and I think Clark, as you look, will make a difference in terms of at least challenging shots as he did that one. He has a defensive presence, and that's what Lenny wanted from him.
Williams inside with the foul.
good. They need to continue to keep Philadelphia off the boards. They can't allow any second shots.
Allen Iverson just picked up his first foul. That was the first foul called on Philly tonight. Kevin Ollie on top. He was cut from New Jersey. And a baseline pass, which Ratliff can't convert. And here comes Del Curry, who has averaged 13 games the last 2. Peterson inside. What a play.
Well, and that was especially interesting because they only had a one-man fast break. Peterson was the only one of the Raptors that was running, and he still got down and was able to get the layup.
Peterson, Danny, is playing at a 6er pace. Iverson.
Unfortunately, he's the only one out there playing at that pace, other than Alvin Williams is doing the same thing. But Del Curry got that outlet pass, just like Coach said, and walked it up the court.
Peterson for 2.
I love the confidence of this young man. I love the confidence, but he is playing at a 76er tempo. If somebody doesn't come along with him, they're going to be in trouble trying to play at this pace.
And he's a rookie.
And you can feel the crowd, how much they love Alvin Williams and Morris Peterson just because of their energy. And I think Keon Clark has been the same. He provides some of that as well.
Shot clock at 5. Iverson slipping inside and somehow gets that shot to go down.
Well, and that was especially interesting because Keon Clark is in, who is their shot blocker. Allen went by him and still made the layup.
Del Curry puts it down at the buzzer. Toronto is down by 13 points, but they finished the first in a flurry.
The only thing they said wrong, you better keep both eyes on them.
Yes. We begin the second quarter with Toronto and the ball with Del Curry trying to go inside with the pass to Keon Clark, and does with effectiveness.
And there's something that you don't ever see with a guy like Charles Oakley. I mean, Charles is a very good player, been around the league a long time, but that's a different element. A slashing, crashing to the boards that way. Keon Clark, a much better athlete.
Iverson, oh, what a pass to Buford, skying high and coming down hard.
Did these guys not read the scouting reports? I mean, every time out of a timeout, they're going to run a back door. And so far, they've been very successful. Toronto's got to pay more attention to the scouting report.
And Peterson down the lane, can't get it to go. Toronto has outscored Philadelphia 12-4 over the last 2 minutes. Look at that.
Hey, you got to find it. You got to stay out of trouble.
A lot of maturity.
Yes. Kevin Ollie out there with McKee, Buford, Ratliff, and Lynch for Philadelphia. Great pass inside as McKee somehow spoon feeds Ratliff. 8 points.
It's the dunking drill right here. No wonder their field goal percentage is so high. This Toronto defense is non-existent.
Particularly inside. I mean, they're really going, 76ers are really going inside an awful lot.
Peterson fights for it. Clark comes up with it. Curry taps it back up and in.
Well, Toronto's not having any trouble scoring against this great defense. They're just having a difficult time stopping the Sixers. They're just getting too easy a shots.
Here comes Kevin Ollie again. Buford on top, driving into Peterson with a charge.
See, and this is what I like about Buford. I mean, Peterson. You see in transition, he's aggressive. Defensively, he's aggressive. He's un-Raptor-like. The guys that start on the Raptor are a little bit more passive, a little older, not moving quite as quickly. But this kid comes in the game offensively and defensively. Lenny Wilkins said today at practice that he creates action.
He's an igniter, and they need an ignition.
Yeah,
ignition.
And they like him so much they haven't even taken him out of the game yet. He's the only guy that stayed in the game the whole time.
Williams is in with Oakley now coming back off the bench. Curry is in there with Clark and Peterson. So they're going to watch those two, of course, as we just heard the two officials talking about, Oakley and Hill. And Philadelphia with Lynch, Ollie, McKee, Tyrone Hill, and Buford. Philadelphia shooting 67%. Toronto is up there shooting to 50% in the game. And Iverson is on the bench, and Carter for Toronto is in the locker room with tendonitis in his left knee and being examined on the table as we speak.
You know, what was great about that is that in coming down the court, Clark stayed with Ollie.
And did you see how many people stayed with McKee that's opening the shot for Lynch?
I mean, that is just, it's a wide open 15-foot shot with nobody running at him or contesting him. I mean, Toronto is still in this game, even though the Sixers are shooting lights out. They're only 6 points behind. If they ever turn their defense up, they have a chance.
Buford on Curry. Clark looking for a pass, which Hill deflects out of bounds. Shot clock at 7. In action. Then at 3 p.m. it's the All-Star Preview Show, Shit Rookie Challenge. 50 years of All-Stars, slam dunk celebration, 2-ball, and an All-Star Saturday night only on TNT. And these are the coaches. Larry Brown from Philadelphia with the best record in the NBA and the best record from the West. Rick Adelman and the Sacramento Kings. We saw him last week, and he would have said to us, who would have thought that I'd be coaching the All-Star game with the best record in the Western Conference? Sure enough, he is. That will be the matchup at the MCI Center next week with the shove inside, and a quick foul is called on Rodney Buford. That is his third since coming off the bench. If you just joined us, Philadelphia comes in with the best record in the NBA. Toronto is in the 6th slot in the Eastern Conference right now. The playoffs were to begin. Philadelphia has won 13 consecutive road games, and they're a historical turf right now. As Buford checks out, and Jones will check in. Allen Iverson put in 14 first-half points. Philadelphia led by 13. Now their lead is down to 6. Clark inside. And a whistle, an inadvertent whistle, blown by Mike Wunderlich. Said it was my fault. Let's send it over to Craig.
Well, Vince Carter definitely will not be back tonight. He just played those 4 minutes and asked to come out of the game with the tendonitis in the left knee. He's getting massage therapy in the locker room right now. They tried to test it out. He says he has no strength in it whatsoever. He can't push off. He can't lift. He's very frustrated because, remember, he never missed a game in his high school career, never missed a game in North Carolina. Was perfect attendance his first 2 seasons. This is the first year he's ever had any type of an injury that's kept him out of a game. He's very frustrated, obviously, and they don't know whether he'll go on the trip to Atlanta tomorrow or not. Kevin?
He was sort of surprised in terms of how many people were really doubling on McKee, and particularly when he posts up. But if they continue to do this, the 76ers have too much confidence in other positions now. They're going to get easy shots.
Jermaine Jones knocked it out of bounds.
Well, Toronto's had struggled on defense throughout this whole game, but when you put Del Curry and Tracy Murray out there, you're not improving your defense.
No.
But they got to create some offense. They've got to outscore them.
Intercepted by Hill. Up to McKee, swings it down low to Jones, meets the double, finding Lynch inside. He'll corkscrew up and can't get it, but a foul is called inside on Toronto. Keon Clark feed inside to Oakley with the hesitation to boot.
When usually Oakley pops out for the jump shot, so it might have fooled the 76ers, because that time he rolled to the basket and Curry made a beautiful pass.
Philadelphia comes in having won 4 consecutive games. Toronto has won 2 in a row at home. And Allen Iverson is stealing the show.
Well, right here he comes in, he penetrates, makes a beautiful feed to Tyrone Hill outside. Then he ends up getting the basket on the outside as it swings all the way around to him, and he nails the wide open 3-pointer.
You just saw Hill missing a fadeaway. Here comes Murray. But, John, this Iverson success doesn't surprise you at all, does it?
Well, it doesn't surprise me, particularly when you talk about the energy level. But I think that he's got to use screens more. I think that he's got to be smarter about some of his penetration. You can do it when you're young, but as you get older or as you get hurt, it's very important to be able to use those things.
Curry just knocked down a 3, and here comes a Toronto steal. Williams tries to work his way in. Murray for a 3. Rebound by Allen Iverson.
But you're talking about Allen, Kevin. I mean, his energy level and his hustle. The thing I always respected about him is the tough parts of the game. He doesn't play the game with perfume sprayed on him. He goes in and takes the hit, and he plays defense.
19 for Iverson, 7 of 10 shooting from the floor. The back, Lynch had it bounce off him, and then Jackson picks it up and alertly puts it in to cut the Philadelphia lead down to 4.
I just love Mark. He's in the right place at the right time. He moves over, shoots that little quickie up there, and he did that just before they took him out in the first part of the game.
Now, does that add to Mark Jackson's or his assist total right there? I'm not sorry, Mark Jackson, but Charles Oakley.
Here comes Del Curry, who finds Jackson, who is 4 of 4 shooting tonight for Toronto. Curry by Iverson, and floats in for 2.
Well, you don't want to let him get it going. Now, I'd love to see Mark Jackson play with some of those youngsters who get out and get on the break, who's got a lot of movement, because that complements his game a lot more. Although Del Curry made a great move that time.
Curry's got 7 in the quarter and 9 for the game. He beat the buzzer in the first quarter. Lynch driving inside. Hill Looking at his options, and one of which is to fire, and he hits from outside. A pretty good shot by a former All-Star, Tyrone Hill.
And that was option Z, but he made it pretty quick right there. He went through the whole list and said, oh, I got to shoot.
He's got 10, 5 of 7 shooting.
Well, it's amazing the confidence that the 76ers are playing with now. Winning does an awful lot for a team. You know, you see this team last year, and some of these guys taking these shots, they missed them. But now a lot of them are putting it up with a lot of confidence.
They double Peterson. Jackson for 3. Lynch reels in the rebound.
And that's one thing I like about Larry Brown's coaching is we've been watching them practice now a few times, and they spend a lot of time teaching all their players the fundamentals of the game. It's not lost. They do it every single day in practice.
Philadelphia shooting 65%, Toronto 50%. Turnovers, a combined 10 by both teams. Rebounding basically the same.
The pace is to the advantage of the 76ers right now.
That's a Danny Ainge bounce if you've ever seen one from three-point land.
Good one.
We're talking about a Philadelphia team that overall is the #2 defensive team in the NBA coming into tonight. Difference of 3 seconds, game clock, shot clock. Iverson with the drive into the rack. Oakley gathers it in. And Jackson, good if it goes. That takes us to halftime. Toronto was down by 13 points. They came back to take a 1-point lead. They trailed by a point at halftime, even without their centerpiece, Vince Carter. Villanova, born and raised in Philadelphia. He grew up a Sixer fan. And over Iverson here, who didn't give a lot of defense on that shot.
No, well, that was a great shot right there. Iverson was trailing on the pick and roll, hoping for some help if he went to the basket. But Williams pulled up and knocked down the 20-footer. There's nothing Allen could do about that.
Raptors have their biggest lead. Iverson with the fake, threw the double, and he's shoved and fouled again. And Oakley is beside himself. Oakley picks up #2, John.
Well, if Charles doesn't watch out, he's going to get thrown out of this game and make us look terrible as being this nice guy.
Well, right here, Allen does a drive. Oakley reaches in. Looks like he gets all ball. Allen does a good job of acting and getting the foul.
Iverson has been on a great tear. Coming into tonight as the #3 scorer in the NBA. But his free throw shooting has been absolutely outstanding. 5 of 5 tonight. But listen what he's done the last 3 games from the line. Against Indiana, 14 of 17. Against Detroit, 15 of 16. Against Houston, 12 of 15. Got a lot of his best points, although that one right there won't go. He's been at the free throw line to help this Philadelphia team.
Well, and he's a smart player. He's not just relying on his jump shot as much as he has in the past. He's penetrating and making free throws, so he realizes he can get points there.
Did you just say 155 pounds?
155 pounds. That might be an exaggeration.
Curry the miss, and a rebound by McKee, who's back in the game, who finds Ratliff, and they'll take it inside but can't convert.
I say he's 155 pounds when the game starts. About 145 when it's over.
Good point.
300 pounds, though, when you get in the tough part of the game.
A big heart. You're exactly right. Williams slashing inside over McCulloch and finding 2.
When you talk about heart, I mean, look at this kid. I mean, he's really picking up his confidence. I love the things that he does in tight parts of the ball game also.
He's got 12 and 6 have come in the quarter.
Oh, he's playing great right there. But again, no interior defense. McCulloch wasn't too much of an opposing threat. He just shot it right over and finger roll.
Difference of 3 seconds. Game clock, shot clock. Sexy move by Iverson. Down the lane. And that's goaltending on part of McCulloch.
McCulloch must have thought he was playing European basketball.
Yeah.
He hit the ball while it's on the cylinder.
He played in the Olympics for the Canadian national team in Sydney this past summer. Seconds remain in the third. Williams held by Iverson.
We got to get that Canadian national team to find a hairdresser because Steve Nash and Todd McCulloch have some of the worst hairdos in the league.
Man, oh man.
If anything, this guy likes.
He is brutal. 20-second timeout taken by Toronto. Here comes Oakley inside. Clark. Don't count. They wipe it away. They wipe it away. But the Toronto Raptors have been revived. Trailing by 13 in the first half, Alvin Williams has exploded in this third quarter.
Well, here they try to get the long shot, but 2 passes and into the post. 3 passes total. Not enough time. He shot it quick after the bucket.
Winning streak is on the line. Philly trails by 4. They've won 13 in a row. Clark to Williams.
Well, that was a good pass by Clark. It was a very basic pass, but a lot of instances you find a guy his size is not able to make that pass, and particularly from the perimeter.
And a great cut by Williams. Took Allen Iverson, gave him a little of his own medicine with those backdoor cuts.
Iverson from outside. Ratliff with the rebound. And keeps it alive. Allen drives again. Ratliff loses his footing. Curry got a hand on it, as did McKee. It's off Philadelphia and out of bounds with 5.5 to play.
Well, Ratliff should have made that pass a lot earlier than that. He threw it a little bit late in desperation after falling to the floor.
They're on their feet in Toronto. Raptors on top, 84-78.
Johnson and Marcus Camby. In return, the Grizzlies got guard Eric Strickland and 2 draft picks from the Knicks. Strickland was stuck behind Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Charlie Ward, and Chris Childs, only averaging 4 points and 2 assists per game.
Iverson trying to penetrate. Ball knocked away. Williams got in his way, and Williams, I think, picked up the foul. He did. His 3rd. Make it number 4.
Well, Williams has done a good job right here. Allen drives aggressively to the basket again. Looks like he just strips ball. Tough call for the official. 2 free throws for Allen. When you're a superstar playing against a young player, you get those calls.
Coming up tomorrow night on TNT, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the hottest team right now in the NBA. They've won 7 in a row. Take on the Lakers, who won at Cleveland tonight. It's the Lakers and Timberwolves tomorrow night on TNT. Iverson with 34. Raptors up by 6 with about 4 to play. Murray. Davis, shot clock at 5. Inside into Lynch. Rebound by Hill. Iverson cutting inside by Curry. Up in town! What a play! Another jaw-dropping play by Allen Iverson.
Well, when you see Allen come running at you, it's almost like Jason Kidd coming at you. You just keep backpedaling all the way to the basket. Explodes. They don't have time to jump. But Clark almost gets it from behind. 4 guys couldn't stop him.
Well, the thing that has to happen now is he's tired from taking that beating. He's got to really take his time and concentrate on these free throws now because, as you said, Kevin, he's been making them this year. But from the beating he's taking here, a lot of stuff is falling out of that.
3.5 to play. Alvin Williams. Outside Curry. Rebound Hill. It's a 4-point game. And a foul is called inside on Antonio Davis, who picks up his 2nd of the game.
The Sixers have been making their free throws, Kevin. This game would be tied or they would be in front by now.
Keon Clark. Illegal defense, our first tonight, blown on the Philadelphia 76ers.
Legal deal on black. 42.
Philadelphia came into tonight with the best record in the NBA, orchestrated by Coach Larry Brown. Curry. We got McKee up. Here comes Clark. Shot clock at 3. Slapped away by Hill. Picked up by McKee. 3-on-3. McKee will orchestrate outside. A 3 by Iverson. Shoved as he shot. A loose ball foul called inside on Antonio Davis. That's the 3rd on him.
Well, good drive by Clark. He does a great job of getting by Tyrone Hill with his length and quickness, but Hill, good job of stripping him, creating the open court opportunity.
Timeout. Taking the place of the injured Vince Carter. And 7-9 shooting. The Raptors bench a big story. Here's Tyrone Hill at the line. And the longest road winning streak in the NBA in a long time. On the line right now. Sixers in the 4th quarter from the stripe, 2 of 7. They needed that one in the worst way.
They needed it real bad. That's what I was going to say. The longest road streak in the history of the NBA may be in jeopardy solely because of free throws being missed. Larry looks like he's praying over that, saying, hey, we'd shoot him a lot better than that before. We need to make them right now.
I'd be praying, too.
I noticed that Lenny put in the old Warrior Charles Oakley back in to finish this game.
So Oakley is out there with Curry, Davis, Peterson, and Alvin Williams bringing the ball up, playing the point. Iverson is on him. A pass to Peterson. Corkscrews up and down. What a shot by Morris Peterson, who has played with great charisma tonight.
And they go to the rookie out of the timeout. The biggest possession in the game is up to that point. They go to the rookie down on the block against a good defender, McKee.
Peterson with 21. Iverson across the lane. McKee for 2. Rebound, Oakley inside. Shoved by Hill and fouled by Hill.
They say that the guy always gets caught on his second push. If Oakley got the ball, I guarantee you he did something to push him out of the way.
Both teams shooting about 45% tonight. 4-point game, approaching 2 to play.
That's a good look by McKee. Allen did a good job, penetrated in. The defense all sucked to him. McKee's wide open.
Foul away from the ball. Lynch was defending Peterson, which has been a hard chore tonight. Lynch picks up the foul. Number 3 on him.
Well, and Peterson is earning his stripes tonight, too, because it looked like they were getting ready to go to Peterson again. You said, who would they go to if Carter's not there? Well, we found out they're going to Peterson. Tell you the thing you have to be careful of, though, Kevin, is with Peterson being post up, you still have Del Curry out on the perimeter. Williams is playing extremely well, so Allen's got to really stay on him.
Peterson knocks it in. First round pick out of Michigan State, who tonight, making his 13th NBA start, has looked great. Rebound by Oakley, torn away by Lynch. Recaged by Coach Oakley. And saved by Peterson. Curry. Curry for 3. Great rebound by Peterson.
But that's uncalled for. The 76ers are getting killed at this crucial point of the game on the offensive board.
And a foul on Alvin Williams. That's the 5th on him. Offensive rebounding this quarter has been outstanding for the Raptors.
Well, whether it was a good call or not, Allen did a good job at drawing the attention of the officials.
Iverson with the drive. Foul is called. It's on Williams, and he is fouled out of the game.
And watch how many people are around Iverson as he goes to the basket. They're all jumping to him. There's 1, 2, 3 guys all standing within 6 inches of him. Still finds a way to get the foul and get to the hole.
Philadelphia has won many games this season with free throw points. Coming into tonight, they've been outscoring their opponent at the free throw line by 6. Tonight, they've outscored their opponent at the free throw line by 4. But they trail by 4, 90-86. Iverson tonight in the 4th at the line, 2 of 5.
Well, and losing Alvin Williams is a tremendous loss right now for the Raptors. I think definitely you put Smart's experience in the game and putting Jackson in, but certainly the 76ers are going to push the ball and try to get down the floor quickly, and you needed Williams' speed and youth in this game.
3-point game with 1.5 minutes to play.
But this is where you need Jackson. I mean, this guy, nobody's any better at controlling the tempo of a game than he is right now.
Jackson's got number 13. McKee is on him. Shot clock at 10. Davis gets by Ratliff, bumps into Lynch. Gets the offensive rebound, puts it down.
Well, again, another offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds have really killed the 76ers in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Iverson doubled. Davis is on him. Jackson is there. Hill. Big shot and a three-point game.
A big shot by Tyrone Hill. That's exactly what Toronto would have liked. Tyrone Hill shooting a 17-foot jump shot.
Right.
Allen Iverson had the entire team over there paying attention to him.
Peterson screened by Oakley. Knocked away by Lynch. Great Philadelphia defense picked up by Hill. A half minute to play.
They don't need a three right here. They can get to the free throw line and get right back in this game just as good.
But Hill will take a three and barely graze the rim.
Look at Larry Brown. He's going crazy. He goes, what? Are you kidding me? Tyrone Hill for a three-pointer?
They got to get a foul in a hurry. And they get it right there.
Tyrone Hill hasn't attempted a three-point shot all year. He's got about as much chance to make it as those halftime $1 million shots.
You're right, Danny. That was his first three-point attempt all season.
It looked like the first one of his life.
And I think he would have preferred to have said he's never taken the three after taking one like that. And poor Larry, that's the thing that drives the coaches crazy in this.
Free throw line by Jackson. 16 seconds to play.
Well, anybody who's played as hard as Hill has played, you feel bad for him because I'm certain if he could take that shot back, he would take it back.
They've won 13 consecutive games on the road. That streak may be coming to a close in Toronto. Los Angeles. He knows after taking the first three-point shot for him for this season, missing badly, they confused Larry Brown, a frustrated Larry Brown.
Well, that's too bad because he has had a good game. He hit the jump shot from the corner the time before. I think he just thought he was hot.
He thought he was hot, all right. That's why you hate to see sometimes those big guys stepping out there taking those shots because it's easier to make it during the course of the game than it is at the end of the game.
Here comes Lynch. 5-point deficit. McKee will take a three. Rebound by Curry. Held by Buford. Here comes Iverson. They'll let him go inside. Knocked away. Picked up by Curry. And Toronto has done it again. The Raptors have ended the longest road winning streak in the NBA at 13 games.